Hey guys, Tough Thumbs here. So, decided to do a quick video. Well, not quick, actually. It's probably going to be 20 minutes or so, hopefully. Just a little update. Some Tanics I'm doing for Blade HQ, some one-off Tanics, some new models, and some news. So, I'm going to just start off with basically what I've been doing the last couple weeks. The rock pattern and natural pattern video, I got to redo it. I didn't like it. I still got to rewatch it, so I'll probably do that before I go ahead and write it off. But, you see in front of you here's two knives. This one actually, I used to own this a long time ago and I sold it and it somehow came back to me. And I thought it would be interesting when I got it back to basically take a knife that wasn't very smooth and put some bearings in it. Basically from doing the Tanics I've learned how to counterbore properly, and it's basically the same depth every time. So as you can see, it's perfectly centered and it's like insanely smooth. So I'm pretty happy about that, and this one belongs to my buddy Chad right now, but it will be mine soon. Hopefully there's something about this knife, even though it's huge. It was refurbished by Crusader Forge, and now it's really nice and really sharp, because before it wasn't sharp at all. It kind of bugged me. But Chad is a really good dude. You guys might know him as Buck Fever for Life or something like that, which he needs to change. He actually gave me a gift today. They're two, what are they? Fox and Furs hats he made out of silver tail fox and a beaver. Pretty freaking awesome, guys. I mean, it's really good dude, and I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. So anyway, moving on. I would spend more time on that, but this video is going to be way too long. So first up, this guy sent me two Sebenzas. I don't do pimp jobs anymore, but for some reason I wanted to do what he was asking, because it just seemed like, you know, it's just a small pimp job. So basically wanted like a fallout treatment on this one. Well, the reason I took this order is because the next one I wanted to see it in person. So the lighting's kind of shitty, so you can't really see it, but all the screws are bronzed and the scales are bronze stonewash. Just a nice fallout treatment minus the blade, and I bronzed the thumb stud too. Nice serrated Sebenza. The other one now, this one I really want to get into engraving. So he showed me this one needed some touch-ups, so I figured, hell yeah. So this one it's a really beautiful Sebenza. I wish I knew who did the engraving. I cannot remember what his name was, but apparently he's been doing it for a very long time, and it hasn't really worked with titanium ever, so there's a few scratches around the edges. And basically just asked me if I could just do some touch-ups to it. So I did, and I took a little extra just for fun. I did some extra stuff to it. So the engraving is just gorgeous, of course. There's a lion on there. So I polished up the flats a bit, and I basically bronze goldish, made a bronze gold hardware, and also anodized around the edges, which is not easy to do. So just the edges are bronzed and touched up and slightly polished, and the clip as well. This is a gorgeous Sebenza. As well, the thumb stud is also bronzed. So, really nice. Just thought you guys might like that. I know I did. This camera sucks. Sorry. Doesn't want to focus like in the middle. So yeah, it's a gorgeous Sebenza. Nice Tonto also. Really nice. Couldn't quite polish this side as much, but that's pretty cool anyway. It's definitely better than how it looked before. But yeah, just a little touch up over apparently a master engraver's work. And I'm going to be getting a air graver pretty soon, which is one of the top of the line engraving machines. Hopefully, it's pretty expensive, so I don't know. It's about, you know, $1,700 for everything. So next up, this knife is my favorite knife that I own. This is a Graham GT. I love the action on it. It's really quick. It's small, but not small at the same time. I mean, it's a pretty big blade inside this little handle. It's kind of a funky looking knife. I love Graham's knives, and the action's incredible. So what I did was I decided to make a weird one-off Tanic, or not Tanic actually, it's an Oddity, I guess you'd call it. Because I had a spare, you know, I basically like blade steel, heat treated, with a pivot hole cut out. Just big chunks of stuff that are anything, and I've had them for a very long time. This one was actually, I believe S30V, and I didn't have like the internal stop pin track, so I decided to try to mimic this, which if you can make this out, basically what you see here, the stop pin is nestled in that crack there. It's right in this groove here. And instead of the track being in the blade right here, so it runs along a pin, or up here, so it's like, you know, on the actual blade, it actually is the opposite, so it's a cutout on the opposite side, so everything's open, so you got a little groove right here, and a little groove right here, and it's all around right there. So this little area right there is where the blade actually engages the for the lock. So you have this really tiny little spot here. And I wanted to try it out because it was the only way I was going to get this to work, because just doing a regular stop pin, I don't like it. See how it goes around that pin there? It's just an open area there. I wish I could just take this apart real quick and show you. So basically I did the same thing, and I tried to mimic Graham's action there. So I did this by hand. This knife is 100% hand done. Not a single thing on here was done by any water jet, CNC, anything like that. So basically there's your engagement area. You got the open area, and you can see the stop pin in there. And I was surprised to find that it actually worked really well. Now this one is kind of like a weird one-off. This one I did for myself, pretty much. I needed to get my head straight, and in order to do that, therapy for me is to make a knife. And I may sell this eventually, but right now I really like it. I have none of my own knives right now. One of them is off for a collaboration project that is really huge, and hopefully I'll be able to talk about it soon. But right now I cannot. But I'm very excited about it. So my Tanic is out, being dissected. So basically this one is titanium scales. I did the cutouts and everything. The cutout's perfect for the lock. You can't see it though. Titanium overlays with a moon rock pattern, I'm calling it. It's not the rock pattern. It's kind of like a mixture of crater pattern and the rock pattern together to get a really nice clean effect. I actually like it more than either pattern. It's relatively easy for me to do, and it's very clean. I did a rough finish on here. It's heavily orange peeled, sandblasted, and darkened the way I do it. And the roughness is just basically scrapes that I do for it's a really rough finish, but it looks clean. It gives the overall look of like a very ancient type of thing, but it will never scratch or anything, so that's what I like about it. That's what I liked about this one. I dropped this on a concrete floor, and it just has a very heavy orange peel on it, and there's no scratches. It's not possible to scratch it. It's just ridiculous. So that's what kind of got me into that. But this one is really nice. The action is just insane. I love it. The back spacers, Timascus, also heavily, I can't think of this word, orange peeled, and just slightly anodized, give it a little bit of color, but it's still rather dull. My stupid cat's here. I've got these lanyard beads, put them on here for fun, just for the hell of it. I'm not usually a huge lanyard guy, but the switches, which I don't have here, they're getting put in CAD right now by my buddy, so we could start production of those, or not production, but start making them. So yeah, this is kind of based off of I actually used the show scale that I ditched from the last switch for this one. So basically it's modified a bit, so I will be able to do something like this. The switches will come to me just a chunk, just a big rectangle, and also a rectangle here. So just have the cutout there and the relief cut. That's it, and the pivot screw, and nothing else. So that will be pretty cool. So I'll be able to do whatever I want to them. And yeah, I'm only doing 25-30. I'm pretty sure Blade HQ is going to get 5 or so. But this one is amazingly smooth, and I'm very happy with it because it kind of is a whole different ball game. I mean, I do these for for fun or whatever, for myself maybe, but it's more of a learning thing. I always try to do something really different and try to push myself, maybe mimic a knife that I own, just a mechanism on it or something. Next I'm trying out the button lock, so it looks pretty damn simple, but this thing is so smooth, and the flipper is barely even there, but you can see it's just insanely smooth. centered as hell. Very, very thin grind on that. And it's not hollow, it's a flat grind. I don't do hollow grinds, guys. I would if I could, but I really suck at it. So I could do one side perfectly, the other side I can't. So maybe a chisel grind, hollow grind would be pretty easy. But this is very sleek. It's been my EDC for a few days. Next up, now this one is pretty damn epic, guys. You might have seen this one on Instagram. This was just a project for nothing really. I've been working on it for a while. Just basically after I'm done something during the day, I'll work on it a little bit and come back to it here and there. And this was just kind of a, I was making it and I was just going to sell it to whoever made me an offer. I didn't really put it out there for sale or anything like that. I know a couple guys that just would call me up and they wanted it. So yeah, I let it go for a decent price, what it was worth to me. There's a lot of work in this. This is my first time I've ever achieved a grind like this. It's not like a nightmare grind, it's like a double grind like this. They're both flat. The front is a bit thinner than the back, I guess you'd say. I mean, not really too much. It's just kind of for looks, I guess. So you got the double poon here, comes down, poon. Then you got double swedge, kind of comes up and it swedges twice. Just very little right here and a lot right here. No real purpose. Kind of milled out this area just for fun. Did a little rough patterning in there, a little jimping on top of it just for looks. There's titanium overlays on this. I did this all by hand. Everything, nothing was milled or anything like that. I kind of used like drill bit, and then connected these lines with a bandsaw. Give a nice machine look to it. Concave the pivot. I like these sticking out, the screws sticking out. Some people might not like that, but it just looks good with everything in this. I think I like it. The backspacer is my favorite though. It just looks so technical and crazy. I mean, it has like a natural, futuristic, steampunky type of look to it. Just so many layers. Even the screws actually look like an added layer to it. I really, really like that. The clip kind of wraps around real rough in a milled out area here. Everything's been dark tumbled, including the blade. The lockup's really nice on this guy. I love that lockup. It's not going anywhere. It's very thinned out scales that it's actually, a lot of people thought that this would be really heavy. It's actually pretty light because there's a lot of openings. I mean, the titanium is super thin. These weigh basically like not even a couple ounces, the overlays. Put a bronze washer around the pivot there because it just kind of gives it a cool look. I wish I could do it on this side too. I might mess with it a little bit. Centering is pretty perfect. It just looks off because of the thicknesses are different on these two scales. But the action is just absolutely perfect on this one. Just awesomely perfect. There's no resistance whatsoever, no scraping, no sound, just air, and it locks. So, and that is due in part to Dustin Turpin. I had talked to him recently, and I asked him a few tips that really changed the Tanics a lot. So thank you, Dustin Turpin. If you guys haven't checked out Turpin's knives, incredible. I mean, the guy's like the next Rexford, Todd Rexford, basically. I mean, his knives are absolutely perfection. That is based on my handling of that and multiple Turpins, and they're just incredible. And it's even helped with any sticky problems I've had. So thank you, dude. I mean, knife makers, guys, they're just awesome people. They will just help you with the drop of a dime. So next up, this one is for a customer. This guy was really awesome. You may have seen a Crater Tanic before. That one was his. And I asked him out of a moment of desperation if he could just basically let me take that one and put it on Blade HQ's order. Actually didn't sharpen this yet. And he said yes. So I told him, whatever you want, man, on the next one, like, it's all you. And he wanted the Crater again, so I figured I'd just do the Crater pattern. With a little nicer pattern, I like this one more than the regular Craters. It's a lot more comfortable, a little sexier looking. Regular Crater pattern there in the back. Kind of looks like a moon rocks or something like that. Really cool. Nice really nice contouring, patterned up on the blade here. Nice drop point blade, just regular swedge there. Nice sleek swedge. This was after Mr. Turpin gave me some pointers, and it's just like the smoothest thing ever. It's ridiculously smooth. So this one will be going out to him. I just need to do the pocket clip. Unfortunately, I'm going to some kind of a show tomorrow, in Harrisburg. I don't know if I forget exactly what it is. There's a lot of taxidermy, hunting and fishing type of stuff, like kind of like a Cabela's sponsored show, I think. I'm not sure. But my wife is getting into taxidermy. She's actually been into it for a while, but she's actually making moves to do it professionally, which I'm very happy with. But, you know, she's got to pursue that, and she has to quit her job, so money's going to be a little tight, but I can handle it. I just want her to live like her dream. That's the best thing I could ever ask for. So next up, Blade HQ Tanics. So there is 2 completely finished and 8 that are almost done. They'll probably be up there a couple weeks, within maybe a month at tops. I can't give you an exact date. First off, now these 2 special ones, the rest of them will be just normal Tanics. This one is really cool. I was really excited to do this one. I wanted to make a non-flipper Tanic, so I figure what better place to put it out than Blade HQ. They give me all creative freedom with everything. They don't give me any real guidelines. They just tell me to just have at it. And I really like the way this one came out. I wish I could flip this thing open. But unfortunately, I'm missing a large chunk of my finger, which is pretty nasty. You can see it looks like Pac-Man there. That was a brand new 50 grit belt on the corner of the flat platen, and that ripped right into the bone, so that was awesome. So this one has polished flats and acid wash blade. Ow, that's really sharp. I do not have good luck with polishing the flats and keeping the blade looking nice. I don't know why. I always accidentally go into the grind a little bit and have to redo it, so it's a pain in the ass. But this one is really cool. Really sleek profile. Got a really nice rough finish backspacer like this. Just kind of hit with I think it was like a 80 grit, just raw. So it kind of gives a little shimmer. The lockup's real nice on this one. This thing is just ridiculously smooth too. I could probably just... You barely even have to touch it. I mean, it just fires open like real fast. That's left hand with my middle finger. So this one is awesome, guys. Like, don't let the non-flipper thing bug you, because it's just... I mean, it's smoother than my flippers. You can actually like make it come out faster than most of my flippers actually. But acid wash spine here, a little polished around the edges, stone wash on the flat or just the face. Nice teched out looking pivot there. Kind of got that same roughness around it like the other side. Same with this pivot. It's got the nice cratering in here, which I like to do. It looks nice. Really good lockup. Just needs a pocket clip. And finally, this is a mini Tanic, little baby Tanic. This thing is really small. It's probably the smallest knife I've made as a folder yet. This just makes the baby Tanics I did before look gigantic. So this one, I did this one yesterday. This one's also for Blade HQ, just kind of randomly, and I wanted to put one up there, and I really like this one a lot. I like this look of it closed. 2 holes there just for something. And no, I'm not going to put moon glow stuff in there or tritium. Nice pillar there, titanium, made that myself. Pocket clip, 2 holes to match the other side. Just a nice simple clip. Just really clean. Very contoured. It's got like some real thinness right there. The action is really awesome. See, it's nice and thin. Just very nice flow through design there. I mean, there's nothing but just this guy and the pivot, so it's really clean. I wanted to put these holes on the other side, but that cut out. These are made from the big Tanics, so. But the blade shape, it's a nice sheep's foot blade. It's got a nice swedge all the way down. Really thin grind on this one, super slicer, and this thing's just insane. Of course, I don't have any paper near me. That's probably a good thing. Pivot is concaved. I'm probably going to do that in most of them now. I like that a lot. Just really ergonomic, really comfortable. Fits any size hand, but it's pretty small. So, let me get a paramilitary here. We all know what paramilitaries look like. So that's your paramilitary 2. So pretty much is tiny. Now, I showed this on Instagram, and I right away got your usual like Jim Skelton. He thinks that if a knife doesn't have a tip, like a pointy tip, then it's, you know, I don't know. I mean, there's certain uses for certain knives, and when I do something like a sheep's foot with this really drastic drop right here, I have like EMT guys in mind. and just basic utility like box opening and stuff like that. I mean, this is a tip right here. It's pointy, and the swedge is very thin right here. It's actually sharpened on the top edge right here. Just a little bit of sharpness there, just for the hell of it, in case you have a problem with opening a box. But super smooth. This one's going on Blade HQ, guys. So really awesome knife. But my camera's about to shut off, so thanks for watching, guys. A lot more coming. The tools are almost done. I got a lot of interesting projects in the works, including the imps are coming out with Blade Runner systems. They're going to be like a mid-tech. Tell me what you think of that, guys. I don't want to be stuck grinding 200 imps, so we may have someone do it professionally, grind them, or partially machine. It's not a custom knife. It is a mid-tech. It's going to have some handwork done to it by me, and for the most part machine made, but it's just so everybody can get one. It's a cool design. I like Blade Runner systems a lot, so I wanted them to have that design to work with, and we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited about it, guys, and hopefully Blade HQ will have them, and you know, maybe we could do some kind of a contest to get a free one out there. Who knows? Got to see what they want to do. But yeah, guys, look for these in like a month and a half, couple weeks. I will announce it, don't worry, on Instagram probably. But thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. I'm going to continue to deal with this garbage. Let me see if I can get a good shot of this. It's ridiculous. Woke up to like the most insane snow ever. Pretty awesome. That's my shop right there. Alright, guys. Have a good one. See you.